Hey guys, how are you doing? Hope you are well. We are kicking off March a little bit slower than usual. Always a little bit late, especially if there's a weekend at the beginning of the month. So, welcome for joining us. I would like to know if you guys can hear me okay. Let me know in the chat if you can. And then I'm just going to check Facebook, make sure we're on. But we're going to talk a little bit about the tea packaging today. So, last month, my audio wasn't working, so this month I want to make sure we are working. Screen is black. Uh-oh. Oh, no. It's not working? Okay. Let me just refresh. So you can't see me, huh? Uh-oh. That's okay. Can you see me now, Patricia?
It's not blind there.
Yeah. Just checking.
There it goes.
Yeah? Okay. Can you guys see us? You can't see us. Oh, no. All right. I will switch to Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but yeah, I think there's some issue with this. Here we go. Oh, that's a bummer. All right. Hold on one second. Oh, that's not good. So you can't see me and you can't see Michael either. That's too bad. All right. So we'll try again. Give me 1 second. Okay. So that's too bad. Let's see if I can get on with this one. Let's go. You can see us now? Oh, great. Great. All right. So you can see us. Okay, good. Just making sure. All right. Keep me updated because I'm not sure exactly what is going on today. So we're having some technical issues, I guess. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the tea packaging. Seems like we're working. Okay, good. Excellent. This month we are going to be doing tea packaging, which is pretty advanced. And advanced because now we're working in 3 dimensions. We're working on the page, we're working with paragraphs, we're working with headers and hierarchy, and we'll be working with some images, right?
One paragraph.
What's that?
One paragraph.
One paragraph, right? One paragraph. So I wanted to share the brief with you here. So I'm going to just share the screen really quickly. And again, if for some reason our video goes out, please let me know. Yeah, whatever you can tell me. I'm not sure exactly why it was going out, but it seems to be working now. Okay, great. So we're doing a premium tea packaging. And I'm just going to read over this. The retail presence of a box of tea bags must create the on-the-shelf impact from a sea of other tea package designs. Eye-catching type and imagery should communicate freshness, flavor, value, and integrity. So what's happening with this tea packaging, you're not only just doing like a box of tea, for example, but you'll be creating a full system. Right, Michael, you want to talk a little bit about the system?
I guess. Where do I start?
So packaging is basically a system. The packaging for tea is not only just this one flavor, but it's a system for all their SKUs. Right, Michael?
Yeah, but we're just designing one.
We're just designing one, but they do have to keep that in mind, correct?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, right. So you have to keep that in mind. We're not going to give you all the flavors, but you do need to create one flavor, which is for a brand called Lopecia. They are a Japanese-based company. They do have one home base here in California, but their main base is in Japan. So do you want to talk a little bit about the typography considerations for the tea?
Are we under direction? Am I following what you're reading off?
No, just talk about like typography in general for a Japanese company.
I don't know anything about that, but
okay.
We can talk about the requirements, I guess.
Okay.
You can use InDesign and Illustrator. It has converted size here as well, and a flat size.
Okay.
The typefaces that Rachel's talking about, we have a limit of like 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some colors and the die line, everything's supplied, the imagery, the barcode, the brand marks, everything's supplied to you. It's a matter of application. Okay. So we're going to take the same approach as we did with the poster, which is divide it into, like a 3-dimensional box. You're going to have to do a T bag, the bag itself, and the box. Okay.
Oh, we're doing the tea bag too? Okay.
I thought we were,
Okay.
according to last night.
Okay.
I guess not now.
Okay.
So anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, if you want to do the tea bag, you can add that in. But I think the main thing was the box because it had most of the information I thought we agreed to.
I guess.
Okay. All right. And so it's a new 20 tea bag box. They don't sell a tea bag box right now. They sell a package and they sell loose leaf teas. So Lupicia is, they're a tea company. You want to talk a little bit about Lupicia?
No.
Oh, okay. So Lupicia is a tea company that Michael actually buys a lot of the teas from. They are a Japanese-based company. Some of their packaging, if you take a look at their website at lupicia.com or usa.lupicia.com, then you'll see some of their information, their newsletters, and their tea boxes or tea bags. And it's a combination of both kind of Japanese and like kind of English or not English, but like American flavor or look and feel, don't you think?
I guess.
Okay.
So the thing about this, guys, as far as what Rachel wants, I think is, I'm trying to interpret what she's talking about, is you're doing Japanese tea packaging. So it's going to be very minimal. You have some content here. Some of you may ask, are we putting Japanese characters on there? Maybe. It depends on what you want to translate or whatever. But this is an exercise in minimal typography of trying to use restraint with type, right? That's the whole thing here. Whereas this is an opposite kind of situation as where you were at with the posters, okay? Because you were asked to be extremely expressive with the poster, right? Now we're asking you to pull completely back and apply restraint and tact and touch with type on this one. And the reason why we gave this to you is to offset the last project, because all designers need to be able to go back and forth. They need to be able to, on one project or one client, they need to be able to pour it on, with a lot of graphics and type and expression. And then another client, such as this, like Lupicia, is to pull it completely back and use restraint and soft, tact and taste on the page or the box, if you will. And that was the reason why we wanted to give this to you this way, in this order, okay? So you can work both ways. And I've always had to work that way my whole career. Is with end reports, you'll have, a tech company that wants to be expressive, and then you have like a medical company that wants to be delicate and, patient-centered and with all this warmth and everything. So this is a great exercise for you to handle type this way. And that's what, kind of the reason why we gave it to you in this way, in this order, if you will. Okay. As far as Lupicia, yeah, Rachel's right. I do drink a lot of tea, and Lupicia is one of my favorites. And they're from Japan. But again, you guys can read more up on that on the brief here. There's in the required content, but you can also read on their website and just start to familiarize yourself with who they are and how they do things. Okay. If you start to sketch and design for this project, and you don't necessarily have to follow along the same lines of design that they're going now. Okay. So this brief is a little bit more open. They're looking for something traditional, Japanese, sophisticated. This is a higher end tea. That's something to keep in mind. You're designing for something better than what they have now. Okay. Because what they have now is kind of mediocre. So you're looking to compete with higher end, more luxurious kind of sophisticated tea lines, if you will. Not like Stash or Yogi or any of those, right, that are on the shelves now. It's something a step up. Okay. So if it was me, like again, if I was in the same boat as you guys in designing this with you, I'd be looking at more sophisticated Japanese packaging other than tea, like desserts or there's a place down in Costa Mesa in Fashion Island. You guys, I'll have to send you a link to it, but it's one of my favorite Japanese dessert places. They serve tea as well. And there's one in San Francisco as well. And I always get gifts for higher end clients and friends there. And we'll have to send you a link. It starts with an M, Miroshama or something like that.
Miramoto or yeah,
Yeah,
something like
Miramoto.
that. Where
It's
is
a
this?
beautiful store, but we'll send you a link. And so if it was me doing this project, I'd immediately go to that store and start looking at, what they have there, and try to get influenced in that environment.
So Lupicia is sold in their own stores. They actually have their own locations.
I think there's one in, I used to go to the one in Century City, and it was a beautiful store. And I'm not sure how they're doing as far as business, if they've closed their stores or not. But that's something else you can also look up online as well.
Right.
If you can make it into one, that would be even better, because when I do something like this where I have to nail something that's foreign to me, I want to be in the environment to absorb everything, color, and type, and materials, and just to get a sense of everything. Not that you have to. You don't have to. You can do it strictly visual, but what you may also consider doing is like I've been doing with the dojo. You guys probably have seen some of the stuff I've been doing for the dojo that I'm involved with. I have like a Budo/Japanese Pinterest board for that kind of stuff, and you may consider doing the same thing and just collect everything Japanese for this project to see how to handle things. So yeah.
So it is sold in their own stores, but the tea packaging is going to be for the grocery shelves. So it does need to compete. You're going to consider typefaces and spaces and spacing that will work on the shelf.
Just going on the grocery shelf.
Yeah. So it will compete with other
kind of
shelves.
Grocery store?
It's
not going to be a Ralph's.
No, yeah, it would be a Whole Foods, because it is. If you take a look at the prices, they are $9 to $12. They are not, the $5 tea packages.
Yeah, that's still not. Anyway.
They do sell Tea Forte as well as in Ralph's. So it's like kind of on the level of Tea Forte. They do sell in silk bags like Mighty Tea Leaf as well. So what we could do is post up some of their competitors, which is Mighty Tea Leaf and Tea Forte, which is the higher end teas, but not the most expensive teas out there. Yeah, fancy.
Yeah.
So yes, that's Tea Forte. Tea Forte sells in like these like triangular, right, pyramid type boxes. Their main thing is the delivery system and not necessarily the actual tea. Lupicia's tea is more about the blends and where they're from. They're from different areas in Asia, and it's not necessarily where you would think. So they've got beautiful teas. The flavor that you'll be designing for this month is called Momo. Yeah, it's a peach tea. And the information is here. You can also find the information online for the Momo peach flavored black tea.
There's assets that we have in there. If you look in the assets folder that we provided, try to just stick to what we've provided in the folder. What we don't want you to do is to scour the internet and waste 2 days of finding visuals or whatever. Just keep it. Just try to use the few assets that we've provided in the folder. The reason why I do that, guys, especially for classes, is what happens in the crit is that everybody will have these bitchin' tea packages, with all these beautiful visuals, and we will not talk about type. So the whole focus of this is to talk about the type. The visuals and the color are secondary, but when in a critique, when you have all those elements, nobody talks about the type for some reason. So we want all the boxes to have the same elements on them. So we concentrate on the type when we actually show them. So that's the reason why we do that and put so many restraints on it. So don't go scour the web for visuals. Just use what's in the bag that you've been given. And that way we can all concentrate on type in the end.
So what we could do in varsity, Michael, is towards the end, do what we do in our whiskey workshop class, is really compare the look of these boxes against the look of like Tazo and Tea Forte and see where they price point. What do you think in terms of like where we think that they
want to research it that way? Sure.
Well, not research, but I'm sorry, at the end, how we do at the whiskey, we try to figure out which ones are more expensive or look more expensive.
You're talking about the lineup.
Yeah, the lineup. Yeah.
So what we do, she's talking about, is when we do whiskey workshop, we'll have like about 20 bottles there. And the whole deal with packaging is to nail the price point or the demographic that's in the brief. So what we have the class do is they take the bottles and arrange them from least expensive to most expensive based on the design and the type. Okay, so Rich is saying to do the same thing. That's fine.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
In the end, yeah.
Yeah. So
we'll have to have a digital virtual, lineup kind of thing. I don't know how we'll do that, but we'll figure it out.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah. Okay. So in terms of getting started with this, so with started, you'll be creating thumbnail sketches like we do any of the other processes. You want to make sure that things are, that you do your blocking of information on the full flat layout.
Yeah, so we might want to bring up the die line.
Okay. Let me show the die line.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got barcodes and logos and everything in here. And like I said, a couple of visuals, but the die line's the main thing in packaging and how to design, right? Again, you're going to be using Illustrator and InDesign for this. I'm not going to tell you guys how to work, but typically how we would build this is we would probably do quick thumbnail sketches and then go to a couple of roughs, just like the same process as a poster, and then take it into Illustrator and do quick block mock-ups, of a couple of different digital directions from the roughs. And then once we have one or two that we like, then we'll take the die line into InDesign and start to build it for real, for the comp. Okay. And that would be the process. Because you don't want to typeset in Illustrator. It's a pain in the ass and it's slow. So Rachel's going to bring up the die line to show you.
Yeah.
So here's the box, right? So you can see, it's got a custom color. So, it's set up in here, this pink. Right. So it's a matter of, it's a 2 3/4 inch square box that's about 5 inches tall. And it has a perforated window open here for where you pull the bags out. So you have to allocate space for that. It's a clasping bottom, I believe it's called. And really going to be designing right on here. So you're basically worried about these three main panels. This would be the front, the side, and then the back and everything. Okay. We might have these flaps wrong though. This flap should go here.
On the front?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Shall we change it up?
Might have to turn that around.
Okay.
So, but we'll update that. So it's basically, you got a really vertical, narrow kind of canvas to work with here. And the trick to this as well is the brand mark that you're using is very horizontal. So whether you're going to put it, smaller across the front, or you can do it in the Japanese way where it's, turned 90 degrees and it goes down the side or whatever else. So you're going to have to determine that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, so we're working at 2 3/4. 2 3/4 across. So it's really small.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of a lot to do.
In the end, when you guys are all done, we'll upload. We have a mock-up for you so you can use for your portfolio of this thing as well. Okay.
Yeah. So starting out, you're going to want to print out the die line. Now the die line's perfect for 11 by 17, right, Michael? Or is
it fits. I think we have it fit just right on 11 by 17, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it just fits.
If you don't have an 11 by 17 printer, that's okay. For now, what you want to do is print it out in small form and just start to block in all your content.
Yeah.
Right?
The other thing about this project is you did this poster and it's 24 by 30. It was really huge, right? Now you have a tiny package. So you're going from one extreme to the other. And that's also the challenge with typography is, you got your head wrapped around of typesetting or whatever with large type and expressive type on the poster. Now it's time to, put it on, you have to regroup and get your sizes back down to, kind of a packaging, a smaller size. and what size is body copy on a package, that kind of a thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when we start getting into digital sketches is when we'll start working on the 11 by 17 format.
Right.
And we can print out.
Right. Keep going. I just wanted
Okay.
to see something.
Sure. So this should be fun. I know a lot of people really did want to do packaging. The reason why we've set this up to separate from the shelf is to make sure that the type, oh no, it's now you can't see me. I can see myself on Facebook. So sorry, Patricia. Can you still hear me? I don't know why we're having some issues, but seems to be working over here. Okay, good. All right, so the reason why we wanted to make sure that the package separates itself from the competitors is because it is a premium packaging. It's because it's a premium tee, and we want to give you guys practice on using typography to nail a higher price point. That is done not only with typography and the use of type, also with spacing and your use of imagery. So again, the imagery, don't want you to scour out there and just pull out whatever images, but we did provide some images in the assets folder. If you are in varsity, you already have the assets folder. If you are in the Facebook group, you will get access to it one of these days or soon because I cannot upload it to Facebook for some reason. So I will send it to you somehow. But you're welcome to work on it. If you are in the Facebook group, if you are in varsity with us, we will help lead you through this process week by week with online, this type of video critiques, and go through your project. So again, for this week, what you'll want to do is create thumbnail sketches, print out the die line, and start to block in copy, block in the images, and block in the barcode, and don't change the size, and then block in the logos. For next week or the second week, you'll be posting tight roughs, and then we'll jump into digital sketches. So the same thing, the same process that we do with the poster, we do with the packaging, right?
Mm-hmm. Same process.
Same process every time, and that's the whole point of what we teach. Is good typography is about the process, right? So not too much guessing. As long as we understand what the ideas are beforehand when you get started, then we can help lead you through that execution. I wonder if there's anything else we're missing here. Let's see.
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, let us know if you have questions.
I think we're going to have to update the files
because of the die line?
If I would be asking, are we including ingredients?
Ingredients? I think there's ingredients in here. Oh, wait. Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, typically it's just on their other packaging. It's just the.
Have you already handed out the assets?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll update it.
Okay. Yeah, so we took the information on their current, loose tee.
Okay, Patricia wants to see Pinterest board. I'm just looking for my Pinterest board.
I don't know if you guys know, but Michael has like 50,000 pins or something crazy. Yeah, you're gonna have to log out from me and then log in. I don't know how to log out. Can you log out from up here? There you go. And then log in. Excellent. You guys are just watching us click around.
I don't know where.
Okay, so let us know if you have any questions. We're trying to pull up some information here. So, okay. Jody, you said you missed the first 15 minutes. Any examples? We can pull up some information or some examples that Michael is pulling up right now. And then this goes there. Okay, no, you're not too late. So if you're in the Facebook group, you'll be able to find the brief under the assets. And Michael's going to go pull something up. And then you can find the brief under the files in the typography group, the Facebook typography group. Michael's running off to go find some log information here. Excellent. Well, welcome, Cheryl. Glad to see you. Michael is just pulling up some examples to show you guys what we're looking at. I can show you I can show you what LaPisha looks like. So I'll do that now. And I'll just share the full screen as we're at it. All right. Oops, sorry. Okay, so this is Lapecia or Lapecia, and this is what they look like. Okay, so it has a Japanese flair to it. They're very high-end tees. Huh?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
They're
Well,
trying to be American.
they are, I guess so. But they
Yeah.
still have a little bit of Japanese flair to
They
it.
don't have Japanese with copper plate. That's not Japanese.
Some of their
In my
packaging
opinion.
has some good Japanese writing on it, but yeah.
They've really changed. It's not as Japanese as it used to be.
Oh, it used to be more Japanese,
Anywho,
huh? Yeah. So anyhow, you can.
that looks great. That's
beautiful.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What? I thought I was just signing in. What happened?
Nothing. It just came back to this.
All right.
All right.
Keep talking. Then.
Sure. Go ahead. Sure. Oh, sorry. Okay. So.
You don't want dead air, right?
That's okay. A little dead air is not too bad. Again, so we're trying to communicate a $12 price point, which is pretty high. The main thing is not the Japanese look. The main thing is more of a high-end, more premium tea look. Going through again, the package design should be heavily typographic. It's not working. We'll share it in Varsity later then if it's not working. Oh my gosh.
What is all this?
Pinterest wants to make sure you're the, oh, what the heck? Is there any way to get past this? I guess not. Can you scroll down? Okay. Oh my. Apps, they always have to update themselves. Okay, so about color, by the way, this is not you.
Started one.
Yeah, that's not it.
Fuck.
So let's find your other one. That's right. We'll do it later. Oh. You have it as MW Simpson? Maybe you don't have to log in.
I don't know.
Okay.
I usually just get in.
And log out.
Are we screen sharing?
Yeah, we are right now.
So we don't want to do that.
That's okay. That's why I said we'll just do it on Varsity later. Sorry, Patricia. We'll have to share it a little bit later. So, yeah, I know. Yep.
Why can't we just get in there?
Yeah, I know. Oh, great. So Lauren found something else. Another tea with the same price range, Paromi. That's beautiful. Do you want to share this on the screen or no? So it's Paromi, PAROMI.com if anyone is watching on Facebook. Looks beautiful. Small batch, handcrafted, right? Yeah, very nice. Okay. So Varsity guys, let us know if you have any questions. Otherwise, start your thumbnails. And let me see if you guys have any questions. No, you have no questions. Excellent. Very cool. Well, what we'll do is we'll just revise the die line and then get it over to you guys so you can start. Those who have been part of our Varsity team in February, you're still finishing up some posters, so we're going to review those on Wednesday. And one last thing, so we offered in the Facebook group, anyone who finished their posters in the typography secret Facebook group and posted their color finals. We had about 5 people who posted today. We're going to choose a winner for someone who wants to join us this month, since we have a nice little group here. And I just have everyone's names in. All right, so let's just choose a name from everyone. It's Giada. So Giada, you're going to be invited to join our Facebook group. Join the Varsity team. We do hold our calls in the evening, so I hope you can make it. Do you want to share something else, Michael? You want to get back in?
No.
Should we just share it on Varsity later?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any questions? Let us know. Otherwise, good luck, and we'll repost those assets for you start your thumbnails, and we hope you come up with some great packaging designs. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye.